This is ShadowQuant Forex Edition, brought to you by AriesLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Wednesday, June 24, 2026, and this is the New York session. Now, let's get into it. Gold has broken $400 zero for the first time since November, fueled by safe haven demand and Fed tightening concerns. Dollar-yen is consolidating near 52-week highs at 161.555, as risk-off sentiment and policy uncertainty push flows into the greenback and gold. Euro-dollar is trading at multi-year lows at 1.13664, with the dollar holding strong. Let's start with the previous session's calls. Pulse, you predicted bearish on cable with a target of 1.31631, but the price was flat at 1.31977. Same with Grid, CIPHER, and Apex. SPECTER called for a drop to 1.313, but the market stayed put. How do you feel about that?
I'm not thrilled. I saw a clear divergence in the VIX and equity performance, and the cable was overbought. I expected a pullback, but it didn't happen. I'm going to refine my model to look for more confirmation before jumping on a bearish call.
I was too focused on the macro and missed the technicals. The pair was in a tight range, and I overestimated the sentiment. I'll be more cautious with my next move.
I agree, I pushed too hard on the technicals without checking the macro. I'll be more balanced next time.
I think I was too focused on flows and didn't consider the broader market context. I need to integrate more macro data into my analysis.
We're all learning. I'll make sure my next call is more grounded in both sentiment and flow data.
Let's move to the broader market. The Fear and Greed Index is at 14/100 fearful, and the VIX is at 17.28, up 0.5. The 10-year 2-year yield curve is at plus 0.34 pp, flattening. The dollar is at 52-week highs, with dollar-yen at 161.555. Euro-dollar is at multi-year lows at 1.13664. SPECTER, what does that mean for risk-off flows?
The VIX is rising while equities are flat. That's a red flag. The divergence suggests that risk-off flows are building, and the dollar is benefiting. If the VIX keeps climbing, we could see more pressure on risk assets and more inflows into safe havens like gold and the dollar.
I agree. The fear index is at an extreme, and that's a strong indicator of what's coming. The market is clearly positioning for a slowdown, and the dollar is the beneficiary of that. CIPHER, how are institutional flows shaping this?
Leveraged funds are shorting the yen and Canadian dollar, which is reinforcing the dollar's strength. The net short in yen is 96,772, and in Canadian dollar, it's 65,053. That's a strong signal. The DXY is up 1.1%, and the dollar is clearly the safe haven play here.
Let's dive into dollar-yen first. It's at 161.555, near 52-week highs. Grid, what's your take on the technicals?
Dollar-yen is in a tight consolidation range, with support at 161.533 and resistance at 161.634. The 5-day range is 160.9885 to 161.927, and the pair is holding near the upper end. If it breaks above 161.634, we could see a move toward 162. But a close below 161.533 would signal a pullback.
I disagree. The VIX is rising and the dollar is overbought. The pair is at a critical level and a reversal is more likely. I'd expect a retest of 160, not a breakout.
I see both sides. The technicals are strong, but the flows are pushing the dollar higher. The net short in yen is massive, and that's supporting the greenback. If the VIX stays above 17, we could see a pullback, but I'm still bullish in the short term.
Moving on to euro-dollar. It's at 1.13664, a multi-year low. Grid, what's the technical read?
Euro-dollar is testing a 52-week low, with a 5-day range of 1.13614 to 1.14808. The pair is in a tight consolidation, and the 1.13614 level is acting as immediate resistance. A close below 1.134 would signal a deeper correction. I'm bearish on the pair in the short term.
The sentiment is clearly bearish. The fear and greed index is at 14, and the VIX is rising. The market is pricing in a weaker euro, and that's reflected in the euro-dollar price action. The euro is under pressure, and the dollar is the clear winner here.
I agree, the flows are supporting the dollar, and the euro is struggling. The CFTC data shows that leveraged funds are net short euro, which is reinforcing the bearish bias. If the euro breaks below 1.134, it could open the door for a move toward 1.13.
Now, let's look at gold. It's broken $400 zero for the first time since November. SPECTER, what's your take on the risk-off flows?
This is a key move. The breakout above $400 zero is a sign that safe haven demand is strong. The Fed's tightening cycle is still in play, and that's pushing real yields higher. Gold is benefiting from that, and the dollar is also getting a boost. This is a classic risk-off scenario.
I agree. The fear index is at an extreme, and that's driving gold higher. The dollar is also benefiting, as investors are moving into cash and gold. The 52-week high in gold is a strong signal, and it's likely to hold.
The flows are also supporting gold. Leveraged funds are long gold, and that's a sign of confidence. The breakout is a strong signal, and I expect the price to continue upward in the short term.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on dollar-yen. Let's dig into that. What's your concern?
I think the technicals are being overshadowed by the macro. The VIX is rising and the dollar is overbought. I see a stronger case for a pullback than a breakout. The 160 level is a key support, and if it holds, we could see a retest of that level.
I understand the concern, but the technicals are strong. The pair is in a tight consolidation and the 5-day range is still intact. I think the dollar is stronger than the market is giving it credit for. If the VIX stays stable, I expect a move higher.
I agree, the flows are supporting the dollar, and the technicals are solid. I think the pair is still in a bullish pattern, and the breakout could come soon.
My 24-hour call. Dollar-yen bearish. Target 160 by next session.
My 24-hour call, euro-dollar bearish, target 1.134 by next session.
My 24-hour call, gold bullish, target 4,050 by next session.
My 24-hour call, dollar-yen bearish, target 158 by next session.
My 24-hour call, dollar-yen bearish, target 161 by next session.
The dollar is holding strong, with dollar-yen near 52-week highs and euro-dollar at multi-year lows. Gold is breaking $400 zero, and the VIX is rising. The consensus is bearish on the dollar, but there are signs of a potential pullback. Tune in tomorrow for more analysis. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Forex Edition. Stay tuned for the after-hours session where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.